everyone, this is Mrs. Har, and you have been put into my World Geography course this fall semester to do a credit recovery. So what that means for you is that you do not have to log in daily for attendance purposes, because technically it's a self-paced course. How I operate, just to make sure that you do get your work done this semester and pace yourself, is I will mark zeros if you have not completed the assigned week's work that the other students are working on. That way you're not are all of a sudden in November going, oh my gosh, I have this whole semester to do, and you really struggle. So you will see me put in zeros. For example, I've got the grade book right here. So right here, I put in a 0 because it was not completed yet. And so when I put in a 0 like that, that means that because your credit recovery, I put in a 0 because you passed the due date. My normal work week for my regular students runs from Wednesday mornings until Tuesday night each week. So we are right now in our second week of school. The items due for the second week, Unit 1, Week 2, are not due until Tuesday night. So you won't get zeros until then. That way I'll keep grading it as we go, but I will put in a 0 if we pass the due date and you haven't done it. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to stick with a 0. That just shows you, ooh, I'm falling behind. As soon as you complete that, please email me and I will update it, and you will have, you won't have any points deducted for having that 0 initially. Just email me and say, I completed that now, Mrs. Har, I completed a bunch of work. A lot of times what students will do is say, hey, Mrs. Har, I did a bunch of work over the weekend, will you update the grades? And I will. So those zeros will be converted to your regular grades, but the reason I put in the zeros is that's showing you where you should be if you were taking the traditional course. Students, the feedback I've gotten from students in the past when I've done credit recovery is that they find this to be extremely helpful. Otherwise, like everything else, life gets in the way and we tend to procrastinate, and then before you know it, there's too much work for you to successfully pass this course. The other thing I wanted to let you know is by tomorrow afternoon, for my credit recovery students only, I will be opening up all the work for the semester. So what that means for you is once you complete our current work, you start moving ahead. I only ask that you go in order. All of my my semester work is labeled by units, and it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it shows you exactly where you should be headed. So please complete that in order, and as you go along, if you see that you've done a bunch of work and you haven't seen it graded, just shoot me an email and say, Mrs. Har, I have worked ahead and I've turned in a bunch of stuff, can you update my grade? And absolutely, I'll do that. The key to being successful in my course for credit recovery, World Geography, is communication. Anytime you have questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. We can set up a phone call, we can set up a face-to-face meeting, whatever you need. I'm here to make sure you're successful this semester. My biggest piece of advice is try to stay at least current with what the other students, the traditional students that are taking World Geography, are doing. That way you'll have plenty of time to complete all the work this semester and be done in December. If you want to work ahead, you're more than welcome. Please do not get worried if you see a 0. If you have fallen behind a little bit, you know that you can go back and complete those, and I'll change those to and you won't be deducted at all, and I'll update your grade. But that's just so that you know where you should be at each point in the semester. Hopefully you found this helpful, and I look forward to working with you as we explore our fascinating world around us. Thanks everyone. Take care.